What's going on, YouTube world and YouTube tribe? Welcome back to LilBigMan Game. Bring you one more review of a video for today, which is for the movie Reminiscence. I'm gonna start to say this. It was a surprisingly good movie. Well, anything with Hugh Jackman in it is gonna be good, but it was a lot better, a lot more interesting than I thought it was gonna be. That's what I'm trying to say, but. As always, I have to give y'all a synopsis before I break down this movie and tell y'all what I thought about it. A private investigator of the mind navigates the darkly alluring world of the past by helping his clients access lost memories. His life is forever changed as he uncovers a violent conspiracy while trying to solve the mystery behind a missing client. So, up into this review, I want to get this out the way that I've been hearing people compare it to Inception, and I can see where you get it from. Yeah, I can see why you would compare this movie to Inception, because it has a lot of Inception vibes to it. For one way the story is told, but it was obvious that it was being told that way because the way how the movie shows you and stuff, you obviously know that he narrates you through your subconscious to find these memories. So he helps you, and sometimes they're not lost memories. They're just sometimes people just want to relive memories. Not okay. It says he helps his clients, find a lost memory. Sometimes the memories are lost, but the majority of the movie is memories that they know. They just want to relive. It helps them relive it because the machine that you're put in, when you relive the memory, you're actually there. You're in the memory as yourself again, and that's what the machine does. That's why it's so addicting. But I'll get to that. Hugh Jackman's character is Nick Bannister. I think that's his last name, Bannister. Yeah, Nick Bannister, and he got a friend named Emily. They both Army veterans, and they live in this, I won't say post-apocalyptic future, more like a climate disaster future. Miami, cause I think that this is based in Miami, where the water, because of climate change, the water has risen to astronomical proportions, where half of Miami is now underwater, and the half that's not underwater is like they have to deal with flooded streets. Like the streets, the part of Miami that's not underwater completely, the streets are just still covered in massive water puddles. It's just like a everyday occurrence now. Like when you walk outside, if you step on the sidewalk or in the middle of the street, you're stepping into a flooded street. But it's not up to your knees flooded, but it could potentially get to up to your ankles flooded. But yeah, not only that, the heat is so unbearable now that humanity is now nocturnal. Their nighttime now is the daytime, and their daytime became the nighttime. So now they live at night and sleep during the day like bats, because that's the only way that they can't bear the heat. But at some time, it's also shown in the movie, I guess, that sometimes of the day you could actually, the heat becomes bearable back to normal, where you could actually be outside in the daytime just to join. But yeah, it's the night, the sun setting is their moon is their rising. Their sun rising. When the sun sets, it's actually really, for them, it's it's rising, because the city wakes up at night and sleeps during the day. But yeah, you meet Nick and his business. You're introduced to this machine that allows you to see your memories, and we are told through exposition that it's also used for interrogation, which we'll play on later in the movie, where you could use it to interrogate a criminal to figure out what he has done, or a suspect to see if he is the guilty party of a crime or not. So, and one of the meetings with one of the clients, which is actually, which at first you thought was just a throwaway scene, just another scene to help set up the story, for a whole different plot and anything. It was actually the main scene that was focused on the main plot. You see this lady who wants to relive her memories with her much older lover, who's basically promised to take care of her. And this will play out big later on in the movie. Like later on, you find out this was actually bigger than what it was. So basically, doing after this, they get ready to close up shop, and out comes Rebecca's character, May. May comes and she wants to help. She wants Nick's help to find his keys. She's humming his favorite tune. She's basically everything he looks for in a woman. Too good to be true, right? You know how they said something, man. This can't be real. This is too good to be true. Sometimes, like they said, sometimes it usually is, and in this case, it was. You find out in the later on in the movie there's a bigger conspiracy going on with May than with meets the eye, but they have she comes in and he helps her. She kind of seduce him. Almost undressing in front of him, and he basically getting to him. And then she accidentally then she leaves her earrings, and he goes to find her. He remembers from her memories that she's a singer. So he go find her at where she sings at the little bar, and he gives her back her earrings. They have a nice little conversation. He teaches her about the how it works and how he can even have you. He could even do the remembrance machine thing without the machine. He teaches her about that, and she realized that as he was guiding her, as he had my friend just text me, as he was guiding her, she realized that she almost just went into a memory herself just from him talking about it. And he basically he asked her a question. Did she ask him a question about how it works? And he was like, and then he said that now there I answered the question, I answered mine. And they have a funny little chat and talk, and then they end up going back to her place. And then she starts seducing him again, asking him that she realized I think she was like putting away her earrings, but she realized she knew that he was staring at her butt. And she started smiling, so she started asking how close could he get to the memories before he realized it's just an illusion. How close could he get before it breaks the illusion that this was just a memory, it's not real. And she kept getting closer to him, saying this close, this close. They end up spending the night together, and they fall in love. And then it transitions to the current time. As you saw, that was just him reliving his memories. He is actually the current time is like, I want to say like 3 or 4 months later, and now he's trying to figure out where she's gone because she just mysteriously disappeared. And this whole conspiracy, this whole thing breaks down to whether or not is he going crazy, is he's abusing the machine, because I guess they akin the machine to being like a drug, like a new drug, like a new crack or whatever, new weed, whatever, new substance. They akin it to be a new drug, and they try to. The movie bounces whether or not is he's abusing the machine for his own purposes or he really on to something. And as the movie goes on, you see that he really was on to something, and some things were not as it seemed. Some things with the characters you meet through her memories and other people's memories were all connected to him meeting her, and things meeting her and maybe this other client and the older guy, and a whole mystery of Saul's revolves around him having to find her and figure out why things happened the way it did. Obviously for spoiler reasons, I'm not going to say what it was. So what I would give this movie, I'll give this movie a 9 big ups. I was going to give it a straight 10 because the movie is, to me, and this is just my personal opinion, the movie is masterful. I love the visuals, I love the setting, I love the mystery, the intrigue. The more deeper you get, the more you want to know. But the reason why I didn't give it a perfect 10 and I gave it a 9 instead of a 10 was because I had to read, because of two things: pacing and confusing in the form of the fact that I had to watch it again, or at least parts of it again, to understand the ending. The ending was kind of confusing to me because I could have sworn one thing was said and then I saw another thing. So I'm like, wait a minute. I thought such and such happened, and then this was supposed to happen, but now it seems like this is happening. This don't seem like a punishment to me. So I'm like, I'm confused. I'm like, I don't know what's going on now. The ending was kind of confusing to me, but I understood like the actual ramifications of the ending, like what was happening and what would happen, if this was done too many times. But I just didn't understand why it happened that way, where one thing was said and one thing was another. But then the pacing at some points, like I said, this is just me. I feel like the two problems that this movie had was like I said, if you're someone like me, who didn't really grasp the ending like that, you would have to watch it again just to finally figure out what you didn't grasp. And then the pacing is like not horrible. It's not horrible whatsoever, but it's just at times. It's like at times at certain points in the movie, the pacing could be a little slow. You just sitting there like, it's kind of taking them a little long here. Oh, okay, now I picked up. They back taking a little long again. Okay, now never mind. So it's one of those type of things like where you got one particular part, the pacing is just slow. So you're just sitting there like, then you get back into it, though. You're like, oh yeah. Then it's like, oh, here comes the slow pacing again. Oh yeah. It's like it kept you going like that. So it's like you didn't know where to go with it at times, but like the pace, but because it wasn't like throughout the whole movie to where the movie was bad, the pace was only in spurts. So I only took I took 1 point away from that. But yeah, that it wasn't like, by all means, it wasn't a horrible movie. This is a movie I suggest you go see in the theaters and even buy on DVD because it's a good popcorn stuffer. It's a good mystery murder movie when you just have your need for a mystery murder movie. This is a good movie to watch. Yeah, overall, like I said, 9 big ups. And if you enjoyed this video, then hit that button right there in the upper right corner for all of my reviews. And if you enjoyed the video so much you want to support the channel, then hit that like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you get notified when I drop videos. And as always, hit any one of the videos for more of my amazing content. I'll probably see you Saturday or Sunday with some gameplay videos. Peace out.